Paris, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announces a new moratorium on evictions as the original ban from the federal government ended last weekend. This time, the moratorium lasts until October 3rd and is intended to halt evictions in counties with higher levels of COVID transmission. The ban surpasses Illinois' suspension on evictions, which is set to end by August 31st. Joining us now for more on the moratorium are Mike Glasser, the president of the Neighborhood Building Owners Alliance, and Michelle Gilbert, Legal and Policy Director at the Lawyers Committee for Better Housing. Thanks to you both for joining us. I want to start off by getting both of your reactions to this news. Michelle Gilbert, let's start with you, please.
Oh, well, we're very happy for the tenants in other states who are very worried about their imminent homelessness. Illinois has always had a really good moratorium, and so all of Illinois, not just the counties with the high incidence, are still covered by the governor's moratorium.
And Mike, what's your reaction, please?
Evictions are nothing that housing providers want to do. It's ultimately a last resort measure that we want to and must sometimes need to pursue only as a measure of last resort after all other efforts have exhausted themselves. We are in favor of having this right again at the earliest possible time. We find that eviction is a necessary tool that we really need at our disposal, not necessarily to physically displace people, but to continue negotiations where negotiations haven't worked in the past.
Michelle, do you think this will protect people in Cook County after Illinois' eviction ban ends at the end of this month?
Well, we do need to see what Governor Pritzker will do next. The most important thing, and I'm glad to hear there's really no space between us on evictions being bad for both housing providers and tenants. The thing that we really need to do is just keep the rental assistance flowing. That IDA has done a good job. They already have $200 million out the door. We just need to get more money out the door faster because, eviction is a lose-lose situation, but the rental assistance is going to help the landlords and it's going to keep the tenants housed.
Mike, from your perspective, what's the difference between this new federal ban and what Cook County currently has in place?
Well, Cook County has prevented us, or in the state in general, has prevented us from even filing evictions for covered people. And whereas the CDC guidelines are more lax, and I believe the CDC guidelines really prevent the physical eviction of people. So we really welcome the opportunity to be able to file evictions again, once again, because there are, well, first I just want to say most tenants are terrific and have been honoring their obligations. Most housing providers have been terrific. And when there's negotiations, they've often been very fruitful and have allowed people to live. And the media doesn't cover those type of situations. It's not newsworthy. The more challenging instances are when there is no communication between the tenant and the housing provider. We know of instances where tenants have gone 16, 18 months and without an eviction but that recourse in place, oftentimes housing providers are stuck with no ability to move the case forward. We've tried mediation, we've tried informal discussion, and that's why we really feel that eviction, the ability to file an eviction can oftentimes get the negotiation and the discussion taking place at a more serious level where the tenant might understand, hey, if I don't negotiate in good faith, I might have to pay a consequence.
Now, data from the Illinois Housing Development Authority shows that with their rental program, the Illinois Rental Payment Program, more than 22,000 applications have been funded. That's out of 95,000. And that's also a little over $187 million. But some applicants are still having difficulties getting that money. Mike, what are you hearing and your reaction to what Michelle just mentioned about that money not flowing quickly enough to the people who need it?
Well, I just think it's a huge task for any of these governmental bodies to distribute and allocate this money in a fair and efficacious manner. I know that IDA has been recognized by the National Low Income Housing Coalition for being one of the best in the country at allocating the money. I know the city also is finally distributing money. It takes time to do it right. I know everybody's impatient. I know a lot of my colleagues are impatient. They want to see the money, but my God, it's a tough task to find out and figure out who deserves it and how do we get the money in the right people's hands. So I applaud IDA's efforts, the city, the county. There will be more money out there, and this income.
And to that note, sorry, I just want to get Michelle in here one more time before we have to go. But Michelle, is there still assistance for renters? What's available?
There is assistance from the Illinois Department of Human Services. Tenants can call those service centers for assistance. Also, some Chicago Department of Housing delegate agencies still have rental assistance. You know, and the other thing that IDA is doing is they're in a cure period right now. So if a landlord or a tenant gets an email from IDA, in fact, I would say scan your emails and look for emails from IDA. Because if you forgot to click on a document or something, you can cure that application. And that is going to take a little bit longer to do the cure, but cure and
But it sounds like it's still
getting
an
the money
opportunity.
later is better than denial.
Better than not getting it at all. Sounds like that opportunity still
Exactly.
exists for them. We'll have to leave it there. My thanks to Michelle Gilbert and Mike Glasser for joining us.
Thank you.